Hey guys, today we're in the studio and as promised I'm going to be showing you my studio setup, which is again not the newest camera out there. It's a fantastic camera. It's the Mamiya AFD3 and I'm using a 22 megapixel Leaf Aptus 2 digital back. The great thing about the AFD series of cameras is that they were able to use film backs as well as digital backs. So I have both a film back and a digital back, and I'm able to move with the same system between those two formats with just a switch of the back. So that's one of the big advantages of that system. I've thought about moving up into the Phase 1 DF or DF Plus camera body, but then you lose the ability to work with the film back. And I really like having the ability to shoot film, even though I don't shoot film typically very much these days. It is kind of nice to have that option to be able to shoot film. So anyways, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at a little bit of the workflow that I have for working in the studio, taking product photography. I'm just going to be shooting one of my faithful standbys, which is Yoda. So I got him set up in the frame here. And as you can see, I use this Bogan studio stand, which is absolutely awesome for doing product photography. You know, complete versatility on being able to position your camera wherever you need it. So we're going to be shooting Yoda. I've got one light, Elinchrom porta light on the side, and you can see camera set up on the stand, and it's tethered to the desktop. I've just been doing a bit of product photography, just some simple one light product photography. But let's work through a couple shots and see how this system works. Yeah, right now I've got a 80mm f2.8 Mamiya lens on, which is kind of the stock lens that comes with the camera. I also have a 210mm f4 lens that I sometimes use for portrait photography, and I'll use this 80mm also for full body portrait photography when we're in the studio. So let's have a look here. We've got the Elinchrom trigger, Skyport trigger, and let's just take a shot and see what we get here. Okay, so my light didn't fire, which it might just be sleeping because I haven't been shooting. Let's check out. There it goes. Okay. So using Capture One, which if you buy Leaf back, you get a license for Capture One. So here we have our camera, trigger plugged into the body, and then I have a electronic shutter release. You can also trigger the camera from the software as well if you want to work right from the computer. So it's really good for a studio process. And then we have, let's see here, it's just like basically it is a DSLR. Manual mode, 60th of a second, shutter speed f9.0, and that's about it. Shoots 22 megapixel images to a CF card or directly to your computer via tether. So I'm not even, this thing's being powered right now by the computer. And one of the things to note about using a system like this, if you want to pick up something like this and get working on it, And I just was on eBay today and I saw a DF body. So if you want to go digital, the DF body's phase 1. It's a one iteration newer than the AFD3. Again, good. The positives, the pros of that body are that it'll shoot with leaf shutter lenses, and which are the new range of lenses that Phase 1 and Mamiya have developed with Schneider Kreuznach. I'm not really 100% sure how to say that. But anyways, I think most of you know that brand. And so you can use the leaf shutter lenses with the DF body. They had talked about using incorporating leaf shutter functionality in the AFD3, but it never came about as far as I know. So, but the great thing is that you can use a film back with this camera. So I have in my bag lots of cables here. So yeah, here is 645 film back, shoots 120 film. Right now I got ISO 400 film in it. I haven't shot this for a while, so that film may not be great. But yeah, I like that. Like it's kind of the best of both worlds. I don't see too many cameras out there that have the ability to swap between digital and film backs. So that's certainly an advantage of the AFD3. They're more expensive. It's more different. It's more. I haven't found too many inexpensive AFD3s in my searches. Now this one I got a really excellent deal on locally through Craigslist. It had only less than 1,000 shutter actuations on the back, and the body was a kit that came with the back and the lens. So it had body, lens, and digital back in a kit. It was called the Mamiya DM22, so you may see that. There was also a DM28 kit that was the 28 megapixel back. For me, 22 megapixels is fantastic. With this body, it reminds me of the quality of image that you're getting out of a Nikon D3 full frame at 12 megapixels, which is my outside camera, my camera that I use when I shoot outside. If I'm doing portrait sessions or location sessions, I'll use the D3, which is a fantastic camera as well. Again, these are older cameras, but they're so good. The image quality is fantastic. It stands right up there with the newer bodies and sensors. And I think a large reason for that is that they didn't go overboard with pixel density. They kept the pixel density and the pixel pitch very wide, so you get a good light gathering ability, even though this camera is a base ISO of 25. So it's definitely a studio camera, not so much an outdoor camera. Sorry, the back is a base ISO of 25. Obviously, you can put film on here and use faster film. The pixel pitch allows a lot of light gathering ability, and so your color rendition and your tonality is fantastic. So for skin tones, this camera is just fantastic. I mean, the portraits that I shoot with this camera they're very good. I mean, it's tough to argue against the results that this camera and the D3 produce. So this is the just a quick overview. I just thought I'd show you guys what I'm doing. A lot of times when I'm just shooting products for sale online, I'm not doing tons of setup. One light, I'm turning the object, getting a few different looks at it, and I'm shooting directly to the computer, and then exporting to a JPEG, so for upload to the internet, all very quickly. But with a system like this, you're getting that quality and the workflow. I just love the workflow. It comes right down to all the elements. The studio stand, the Elinchrom system. Elinchrom, again, that's another fantastic value out there. People are moving away from the big studio lights because most people don't have studio space. I'm lucky I have a little studio space for my business, and mostly I just use it for products, but I do portrait photography, headshots as well. And having the lights, I have a full arsenal of Elinchrom lights and modifiers. I have a large Rotolux octobox, and I have the quarter lights, a few of the quarter light soft boxes, and a large beauty dish. So I have a lot of different modifiers, snoots and reflectors and grids. So I have a lot of options when I'm doing product photography. Now normally I'm just shooting product photography for resale, so it's just quick photography. But when I am shooting product photography for a customer, for for a web, for marketing material or advertising material, that's when I'll set up more intricate lighting setups where I'll use multi-light setups and really get some detail and some contrast and some dramatic effect with those setups. And again, that's where the studio stand just comes into its own. Just a fantastic piece of equipment. And all this equipment, this type of equipment, you can buy on the secondhand market very inexpensively. For everything that you see here, camera, digital back, which I said it was a kit, lens, lighting, stand, even the computer, which is an older iMac that has the FireWire so that it can power this camera. I don't need the most modern because it just works fine with that era of computer, because that's what it was designed for. So I just keep it at that stage. All told, you're looking at like, geez, I think you could probably get going for under $5,000 with a setup like this, which is pretty remarkable for medium format, full studio setup. So this is a long time in coming, this video, and I promised this over a year ago when I was in Vietnam, when I was talking about my street camera setup, my Fuji X100S, which is another kind of vintage camera, not vintage, but not the most current model, but very capable camera. And so this was a long time coming. I wanted to get a video out about this for you guys, because I know that was a popular video, and you don't have to have the newest and the best, latest and greatest equipment to get really fantastic results. You just need to do the research, find something that works for you, and that has a workflow that works within your process, and you can get really stunning, remarkable results. And it's a lot of fun shooting medium format. It's something that slows you right down and gets you involved in the process. It's real photography rather than spray and pray. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. If you did, like and subscribe, and share on social media. I appreciate any support that you can give to the channel. I've been doing this type of thing for a long time. I haven't put out a lot of content over the years, but I've been doing this kind of thing for a long time, and I want to give back to the community as well. So more reviews coming of older equipment that is still very produces great results, coming up in the next few videos, and then also my outdoor stuff which I really enjoy shooting as well. All right, thanks a lot and have a great day.